Hi and welcome to this week's video. Not the flying video I thought I'd be giving you this week. Camera issues and bits and pieces on the flight, but a little bit of progress on the aircraft. Reduced because of flying, thankfully. So let's see what I've been up to. Come on then. Quite a small component, but I've turned these up in the lathe. Effectively just to lengthen bored through. Piece of 1/2 inch aluminium. It's a bit of soft aluminium, not the nicest stuff to machine, but there we go. So there are the standoffs, so the coils are in place there. The lower hole here I'll use probably for the earth to go to. Alternatively I could use one of these mounting bolts here. We'll kind of work that one out when we've got the engine actually fitted, which is most appropriate. I think it'll probably actually take it off the mounting bolt rather than put another bolt through there. There's not really enough space for it, and I might even consider then cutting that off level, just to get rid of that excess little piece of metal sticking out the bottom there. Won't be doing anything. We'll think about that. But anyway, there are the coils fitted and they're secure. As I do that, that's shaking the aeroplane, so I don't think we can ask for much better. Right, next I think probably making up a pressing jig to beat up bits of aluminium to make up the firewall closures for up there. Okay, so this is a very primitive forming tool, which is going to go, that's going to be pressed into there with aluminium trapped in here to start creating up the fireproofing plates for up here. So you'll see how that progresses shortly. Alright, so I'll just put a piece of aluminium in there, so it's quite thin. This was the section that was cut out, but I put tape around it so it keeps centralised. So that's going to go into here. I'm going to strike this with a hammer until it's flush, and that should give me about 3mm, 1/8 of an inch or so indentation in the plate. We'll see how it comes out. Excuse me while I batter this off camera. I just haven't got anywhere really to set up the camera so you can sort of see the battering. Right, so I've given it a bit of a battering. So there we go. I haven't annealed this piece of metal because it's so thin. It's theory it shouldn't need it. We'll find out. Yeah, just start to get a little bit of a crease there, but that's probably, yeah, that's just stressed out there. So you can sort of see the see the indentation there, and so that's a nice little test. I can put that into there. I can use that as the centre to drill down through there to get the centre point, and I'll just go work out a nice shape and to make the whole thing. Yeah, that's not come out too badly actually. Okay, so here are the sort of components. There's a backing plate, which will be that way up with a slot going downwards. Then we have the insulation section, the standard sort of relatively fireproof rubber used for aircraft baffles, and the slots will be offset, and then finally that one goes on top and it'll be held in place with screws like that. So there we go. That's the basic setup of the whole thing. This rubber one just has to be slightly smaller, just so it fits into there. So I've just got to trim that down slightly. Right, and I'll show you what it looks like fitted to the aircraft. So there you go. That's the sealed firewall bit. You sort of see the rubber makes quite a reasonable seal and holds the cable away from the edges. There's no chafing chance there. You've got that fireproof sort of paper behind, acting as extra insulation with a slot going in a different direction. That's got a smaller hole in, so this cable is really tight against it, so it makes a really good fireproof seal. And then the whole lot is held into position by the two plates. So the one on the back stops all that trying to fall through, and the one on the front holds it all in place. So a reasonably neat solution, I think, to make a reasonably fireproof pass through the firewall or engine bulkhead. Now I'm just going to do the same on this side, except be a slightly bigger hole in the whole thing there, because there's 4 cables passing through, but other than that it'll be very, very similar. And I can't final fit it on the grounds that 2 of the cables go through from the engine back. Don't have the connectors in front of the firewall. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that. There's this one temporarily fitted. You can sort of see the hole slightly too big, but that's just to allow for the cables to go through. That's that type of cable there. So it's quite thin, just enough to take up the space that's around that. So it's not quite as tight. There we go. So that's that little bit done. Just knocking off these tiny little jobs, each one at a time. It's not quite as pretty as I'd like them to be, but they're not far off. Do the job admirably. Right. Let's see what I can get up to, if anything at all, before the end of the week. Well folks, that's it for this week's videos. Not the flying ones I intended to give you, but at least a bit of building. Hopefully you'll join me in the next video. Keep yourselves fit and well, and let's see what we get up to next time. Bye now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. You can subscribe or even hit the little bell notification for future videos. Any comments would be appreciated, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Remember, go fly and feel the sky.